Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys have one of NFL's best rookies from 2025 draft, and the stats prove it. The common saying in the NFL is that it takes 5 years to judge a draft class. And while that can be true in some cases, more often than not, you'll know in 3. The perfect example is the 2023 draft class for the Cowboys, as they've already traded Motzie Smith and Luke Schoonmaker is only being used in a reserve role. However, it usually doesn't take very long to know when you've hit on a class. Micah Parsons was an All-Pro player as a rookie. CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs, 2020, both produced early during their rookie season. And so far, the 2025 draft looks to be another massive hit by the front office. Since Tyler Booker returned to the field from his high ankle sprain, he's been the best offensive lineman for the Cowboys. And in a recent article by Pro Football Focus, he was ranked as the third best rookie offensive lineman in the league. But the more noticeable player on the list was the second-round pick for the Cowboys, Donovan Ezuruoku. Ezuruoku has recorded just 2 sacks on the season, but he's been one of the most consistent defenders for the Cowboys. And in that article from PFF, the site noted that Ezuruoku has the second highest grade out of any rookie in the league this season. Here is a snippet of what Pro Football Focus had to say about the second-round pick. The Boston College product ranks second among rookie edge defenders in PFF run defense grade, 69.9, and PFF pass rush grade, 70.9. His 13.7% pass rush win rate leads the class, and he places in the top 10 at the position in quarterback hits, 11. Ezuruoku also paced all edge rushers in PFF run defense grade in November, 88.8. He has 13 stops on the season at a rate of 8.3%, both first among rookies. Sacks can be a fluky stat and tend to be overrated, but with a pass rush win rate like his and his ability to bend the corner, big sack games are coming. With Booker and Ezuruoku already playing big roles in Dallas, it's hard not to be excited about this draft class. And with Siobhan Revel and Shamar James playing more snaps on defense, this has a chance to be a group that can get Dallas back into contention. After back-to-back weaker draft classes, it sure seems like the Cowboys hit a home run with the 2025 class. ESPN reveals Dallas three-word George Pickens prediction amid $30 million buzz. With the Dallas Cowboys chasing a playoff berth, receiver George Pickens has been a big part of it. And ESPN revealed the Cowboys' three-word Pickens prediction amid the $30 million buzz. It's simple and succinct, according to ESPN. He ain't leaving, a team source predicted. That's about that. Pickens figures to be a highly paid member of the Cowboys for the foreseeable future. It's laughable how bad Pickens makes the Steelers look on a daily basis. Here was part of their basis for gifting him to the Cowboys. He's a child, one Steelers source said bluntly about the team's problems with Pickens. The playmaking is breathtaking. You can't take that away from him. He just really struggled with the maturity part, in Pittsburgh. You didn't know what you were going to get day to day. So what? Look what the Cowboys get day to day. Keep the guy and let him mature. Talent trumps trouble, in this case. Clearly, the Steelers are going down the drain like scrubbing bubbles, while the Cowboys are the team nobody wants to face in the playoffs. Adding to the mix, the source said, when the ball was in the air, I never worried whether he was going to catch the ball and get his feet in bounds. Yeah, those guys are a dime a dozen in the NFL. Did moving to Dallas change everything? It seems that way. Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer bought in at the first meeting. And perhaps Pickens said, you had me at Cowboys. Schottenheimer said the Cowboys were willing to deal with what the Steelers said they couldn't handle. You might have to deal with him being late occasionally and some things like that, which sometimes we all oversleep, Schottenheimer said. But for the most part, it was all positive. The minute I sat down with George Pickens in my office, and we shot some hoops, it was very clear to me, This guy was fired up to be a Dallas Cowboy and excited to help us go win games. And Pickens ranks number 4 in the NFL at the receiver position, according to Pro Football Focus. Enough said. Commanders cut former first-rounder amid request, top suitors emerge. The 3-9 Washington Commanders are moving on as they have cut former Jacksonville Jaguars safety, Darnell Savage, who will now be available on waivers. According to reports, Savage requested that he wants out of Washington, and the Commanders granted it, so he now joins several other safeties, including Justin Simmons, who could sign with a team before the NFL postseason next month. Savage was a healthy scratch in the Commanders' overtime loss to the Denver Broncos. Originally selected in the 2018 NFL Draft, the former Maryland product lost his starting spot in Jacksonville due to the new regime placed by the new head coach, Liam Cohen. Despite having guarantees on his 3-year contract that he signed for $21.75 million last year, the Jaguars didn't see a role in what they were building in their roster. Unfortunately, the stint in Washington has been the most productive, recording just a defensive snap share of 33%. It will likely take some time for a team to claim him, but once he becomes a free agent, Savage could sign a new deal right before the playoffs. Savage isn't the most illustrious safety on the market, but the regime in Washington didn't help him get the best numbers this season. The Commanders have lost 7 straight games, including Savage giving up 3 touchdowns in coverage. This team could bring him back on a rotational role this postseason, and Savage may get back to his old self. The Dallas Cowboys may still be in the playoff race despite their recent loss to the Lions and their 6-6-1 record. While they have a ferocious interior defensive line and an offense that can win football games, they must find a way to upgrade the secondary. With Trayvon Diggs out for another week, the Cowboys should consider signing Savage for depth makes sense. Savage might have been struggling this past season, but the aura in Dallas could change his career trajectory. He won't be starting, but it buys the Cowboys some breathing room if Hooker or Wilson sustains another injury. What do you think? Would be a good signing? Like, comment and subscribe to the channel. See you later.